Ooh, look at that. Looks like a rosette, doesn't it? Wow, that's awesome, dude. All right, so we have a new adventure today with Mr. Mike.
Hey guys.
And we are going to look for Civil War relics. This was an area where there was tons of cannons all up through these woods and out in these fields, shooting back and forth across the river. The Yankees were over here, and the Confederacy was on the other side of the river. We have hunted this before, and we found some pretty good stuff. Yeah, so we're going to detect this field all up through here, and then we'll probably jump over in the woods there for a while too, because that's a huge woods. All right, Mike, I'm counting on you to find a big, complete artillery show.
That would be awesome.
It would. We'll see you again in a few minutes. What happened?
I got a lead signal right there. I think I got an infield bullet right there.
Really?
It's dropped, dude. I think it is.
Hands in the air.
Yeah. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's just a modern. Look, is that an infield bullet? Can you believe that? And this. I was thinking there's a bunch of trash here, and I was like, you know what the hell? I'll try it.
That's awesome, man.
I'm the lucky. Look at that. It's an infield bullet, man. Dropped.
Very sweet.
Right there.
Congratulations, man. We just got started too. More or less.
You know what? I'm gonna tell them something. A lot of people will avoid these fence rows because, I mean, there's trash, cans, lids. So sometimes when places have been hunted a lot, you try to focus on crappy areas of trash, and you'll find bullets. Let's pull it out of there for everybody.
Congratulations. Ah, dude.
Check that out, man.
Yeah.
That's just, is that an infield?
Yeah, I think so.
Dang.
Most awesome.
Isn't that crazy?
Just make sure you check it for the wood in the bottom.
Could there be a plug in it?
Could be, yeah. And if you think there is, let it dry out.
All right, that's freaking
Then
crazy.
it'll come right out. So.
And there's sometimes a 57 in them too. Like
all different things, yeah.
Right there.
Most excellent, my man.
Thanks, Mo.
Yeah. That's good.
Crazy?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, I think I have my first relic. A little round ball. It's fired though.
Is it?
Yeah.
Looks carved on.
I think it just fired. That's probably where it hit something. And if you look at it,
yeah, that's nice.
Well, actually, that might be a piece of canister shot. It almost has that little ring right there, and that's not really round enough for a musket ball, so that might be a piece of K shot. We'll get it cleaned up. I'll get you a picture of it. So it looks like I have another piece of K shot right there. Well, yeah, so this is a little round bullet or K shot, I do believe, and this would have been inside of a cannonball or other type of artillery shell. And when the shell exploded, these would come out like little pieces of shrapnel. Pretty sure that's what it is, considering the other one had that raised ring that went around it, and these didn't have to be smooth like a musket ball. They, you know, if it was a little cattywampus, it really didn't matter. Pretty sweet. 2 relics. So here's a nice big piece of copper wire. Now in itself, I'm not going to say this is a really good relic or artifact, but the fact that it's still in this field is a good sign that there could be plenty more brassy signals here.
Unfortunate that the paint is faded on it, but I'll probably keep it because it's one of them Mountain Dew balls that says tickle your innards. You ever seen them before?
Yeah, that's the crazy mountain man on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a nice one.
See, he's got the taking the jug off of boom. And sometimes these will even tell you they're filled by certain people. They'll have a name on it, filled by specifically who it was that worked at the plant. I don't see it on this one, but some of them will have them. These are kind of valuable, even though it's
that's beautiful bad. Actually.
I'll take that.
Tickle your innards.
That 50s, Bo? 60s?
I'm not sure really.
If anybody knows, comment.
Yeah.
I'll take it though.
I'd take it for sure.
All right.
That's cool.
You never know what's up along these.
Might be a pile of them over there, man.
All right, let's keep going.
So I just found this little doodad and I wanted to show it to you. You can see it's got lead right here, so you might think that it could be a Civil War relic. But if you flip it over, you can see that's the base of a modern bullet. That's a copper jacket. You can actually see where the copper jacket here has been peeled off, or peeled open. And they actually designed the bullets like this so that when you fire it and it hits something like a groundhog, this is probably someone shooting groundhogs out here, or woodchucks, that the copper jacket peels back and it makes a much larger hole than if it was just that size. Like the military rounds that you have to use, according to the Geneva Convention, I think. It has to be like a really solid bullet that doesn't peel back like that. It would just make a hole like that pretty much, until it started tumbling in your body, or a body. But this is how hunting bullets are designed, to maximize the energy that's dissipated in whatever you hit. A little piece of iron here that I think might be interesting, actually be a relic. You notice it's got a curvature to it, so this would probably come around like a horseshoe. So I think is actually a broken piece of a heel plate. This would have gone on a soldier's boots to keep the heel from wearing down. The reason I say that, because you can see there's a nail that goes through right there. So there would have been a series of nails going around, well, just like a little baby horseshoe. So that's a relic. And keep in mind, we're digging a lot of the iron today because we're looking for artillery shell fragments and relics. We found a lot of like musket hammers and other pieces of muskets out here. So we're going to be digging a lot of iron today. Just want to show you a little bit of nature up close. This is kind of interesting, and I've talked about it in other videos. If you look here at this tree, this is what's called a heaven bush, or tree of heaven, and it goes way up there. But look how dark the bark is. And if you look around the base, you can see it's all like very dark around the base, all the way around through here. And the reason that is because an invasive species that showed up in the United States not that many years ago, called a spotted lanternfly, and I'm sure you guys have all heard of that. But this is one of their favorite trees that they feed on. Now they're from China, the bugs, and these trees are from China too, and they love to feed on them, and they make little holes in the tree and suck out the sap, and that's their poop, and it's very kind of sickly sweet smelling. I guess it's pretty sugary. That will eventually kill this tree and all of the heaven bush trees probably in the United States. Another mass die-off. Now these are considered a trash tree, and most farmers cut them down and poison the stumps because they spread like crazy. So here's a lovely half of a horseshoe. Now that means the horse, when it was out here walking around, it broke and of course fell off. Now a lot of people think these might be ox shoes, because ox shoes are kind of like just half, because of course an ox or a cow, they have split hooves like a deer. So they would have actually two separate ones on each foot, and they're kind of shaped like that. But this is definitely a broken horseshoe, because you can tell how narrow it is, and it doesn't really it doesn't flare out big on the end. So that's just a broken horseshoe. Could be Civil War era, or it could be just from farmers out here for the last 200 years. Now I'm not going to show you a ton of these, but this is the base to a 12 gauge shotgun shell. You can see that's where the primer is, and it's got a little divot in it, so that means it was fired. This is called a low brass, because you can see the brass is right here. Shotgun shell would come up to here or so, and the top of it was paper with the powder in it, the shot, so that's all rotted away. I've already dug a couple of these. I won't show you anymore. I want to show you something real quick. Notice how the metal detector is kind of going crazy. You can probably hear it a little bit too. It's really jumpy, and what that is those electric lines right there that are just 20 feet away from me. It's getting interference. But watch what happens when I change the frequency on this. Okay, right now it's on 3. Hear it? Let's pop the frequency up. So you can barely hear it now. So whenever you get interference from power lines or underground lines, like if it might be in somebody's yard, just try different frequencies. Ooh, look at that, very quiet. Pop it back down to where we were. Dang, man. So yeah, I just thought I'd show you how to quiet a machine down sometimes. Now, this is a monster nut. Yeah, it's really heavy. I was hoping it was going to be a piece of an artillery shell, but it's not. Don't know what that would go off of. Now, we're not too far from a railroad. This is typical stuff you'd find along a railroad, so that might be what it is. Very sad, man. I thought it had something good. I have a little squeaky in this hole, and I see something here. I don't know if that's a target or if that's a rock, but we're gonna take it together just in case. All right, that's it. Wasn't a real high reading. Ooh, look at that. Looks like a rosette, doesn't it? Wow, that's awesome, dude. I think that's going to be a rosette, which is a decoration that goes on a horse's bridle. That's what it is. Oy. Ready? Here it comes. That is, yeah, I think it is a rosette. This would probably had a tin back. Like I said, it would be on the bridle for decoration. Pretty sure that's what it is. I'm not 100%, but it certainly is about the right size for one, and they had all type of different decorations on them. This would be civilian, probably not military. We have kind of a happy little signal right there. I thought we'd go ahead and look at it together. I think it's reading a little too high for shotgun shell. Boy, so we might get lucky. There it is. You see it? Uh-oh. Oh no. It is a fired modern bullet. And that's a copper jacket on it. See a little bit of lead in the middle. But that's a nice brassy signal, so I was very hopeful. I guess you could make that, put that in the old collection. Probably not. Well, I think we finally got our bullet. A Civil War bullet right there. Look at that. That is a fired one. The way we can tell, as you can see, the top of it's all mashed up. And if you look here, you can see that there's, it's also got these like vertical, well, vertical now, scrapes going across it. So that's where it came out of the barrel. That's part of the rifling where it was fired. It's a 100% Civil War bullet. Got a flat, solid base. That could very well be like maybe a Spencer bullet. Breech loading Civil War bullet. So I thought we'd go ahead and dig this one together. I just kicked the leaves back, or the grass back there. But got a nice little signal there. Hopefully it's something good. All right. This one hand is not easy. Unfortunately, I got a root right there, so it didn't come out as a good plug. But I think we probably got it loose anyway. Let's just get the pinpointer out and find it. I think it's, you know, in the loose dirt probably. I don't think it was too awful deep. Yeah, it's still working. Well, all right, put it back here. Right there. Oh no. This is another fired modern bullet. I think it's, you can see this is a copper jacket on it. This is just like the one we found a few feet away a few minutes ago before we found the Civil War bullet. But yeah, fired modern bullet. Gave a great squeak.
I just got the tomback button over there, and then I think I see something coppery in there.
Oh yeah, what's that?
Or it could be even a coin, couldn't it?
A Spencer maybe.
Oh, that's true too.
It could be a little flat button.
It is. I feel the shank.
Yeah, a little flat button.
Yeah. So see, I just got the
nice.
old tomback button there. So, and I got a colonial shoe buckle up on the hill last time.
Very nice.
So this is.
Congrats.
Yeah. Thank you. Probably 1830s.
Yeah.
It's pre-Civil War.
Very nice.
So there could be more here. Cool. Let's keep going.
Well, yeah, we'll keep going.
All right, guys. I just want to ask him for sure. I'm filming too. I want to make sure this is actually a tomback button.
Yeah, I'd say 100% on that one. I mean, the shank's right there.
Oh yeah. You're right.
Got a little bit of curvature to it. You got a nice little hot spot down there.
Yeah, I got a little colonial. That's an earlier one than that last one I just found. This is probably what, 1780?
Probably so.
A little before 1800.
Now this is kind of weird. Way out in the middle of this field. Now this is all about champagne. Ooh, still got a little bit in it. There's cork floating around in there. Not too far away, there's like a bar thingy, so this probably somebody snuck out here in the fields at some point and had some champagne, maybe a little bit more than that. I have another happy little squeaker right there, and I'm hoping it's going to be a little flat button at least. Let's look together. Oh no, another fired bullet, modern bullet. I have dug at least a half a dozen of these in this field. Mike's been digging a few flat buttons, but boy, I tell you, not having a lot of luck with those. All right, so Mike and I are in the woods. It's getting pretty windy in the field, so I just wanted to show you a few things. If you look right here, there's like a big mound and a flat road going across here. You can see down the other side. This is actually, and if you look over there, you can see some railroad tracks. This is actually the original railroad tracks right here. This is the railroad grade, but it had some bends in it, so they quit using this and made a new one over there. Also wanted to show you this tree, which is kind of interesting. Got these big old holes in it. Look at that. Going up there, that is a woodpecker hole right there. Like probably a pileated or a pileated woodpecker. Could be looking for grubs that are in there. I guess he probably is, because it's a little bit rotten. I had a little squirrely signal right here, and I popped the stuff out and I reached down into the dirt like this, you know how I do. Run it over the coil, and something poked me in the finger. I'm not bleeding, but looky here. Man, my thumb caught the edge of one of those razor blades. This is a broadhead for deer hunting, so those things are super sharp like a razor blade. I just got really lucky on that. Probably should have gloves on. I'm going to smash this into a million pieces. I'm not going to put it in my bag like that, because I don't want to forget about it or reach down in there and really get cut. So be careful when you're in the woods. You should always wear gloves. So the place we're detecting now, it's it's in the woods. We try to get out of that wind because it makes terrible noise with the camera. But anyway, this woods here is a hunt club. Now the seasons are out now, so we can come here. But I wanted to show you something. If you look right there in that tree, there's a big old ladder that goes up it, and there's a tree stand. So somebody hunts in here, probably deer hunts. But check this out, the trail cam. I came up behind it, and I can usually see these pretty easily because you can see the straps going around the tree. I'm not going to go in front of it because I'm a little bit camera shy, but I just wanted to show you what a tree stand and a trail cam might look like when you're walking up on them. All right, so I think I finally got a cannonball fragment or shell fragment right here. Yep, 100%. This is part of a artillery shell. That would be the outside right there. This is the inside where the powder chamber would have been. Not sure what kind that is. It's really hard to say. But it's definitely 100% an artifact of the American Civil War on a battle site. Well-known battle site. That's what I came here for. At least we got one today. So I'm working my way up this little ravine right here. Look here. This might be a little old sinkhole right here. I'm not 100%. But check this out over here. This is definitely a sinkhole, and when I say sinkhole, I'm talking about a hole where there's a cave underneath it, and all the dirt has washed down into the cave. So look in here, I can see a big hole going down there by the rocks, through the rocks. Let's try to get down there without getting cut up on the multi-story road. Too bad. I don't have a flashlight with me, so. All right, so there is a hole going down in there, but there's nothing we can ever get through. Might be worth coming back and checking on this maybe in 100 years and see if it's opened up any, but not my lifetime probably. Look at the size of the big old tree. Wish it was closer to where I could drive to. I'd come out here and cut this thing up for firewood. Wow, that would keep me in stock probably at least for a couple weeks. I heat my house with firewood. Actually, that would probably last most of the season, but it's too far from the fields. So that little sinkhole we looked at that didn't go anywhere was right over there. But I walked over on this side as I'm heading out, and look at this. This is a little bit better. I don't think I can get down in it yet, but ooh, look at there. I can't get down in it. You can see most of it's like dirt, and it's just against that rock, so that's nothing we want to dig out right now. But I will come back though and shine a flashlight down in there because it looks like it might open up. I don't have one. Well, I'll check my bag. I might have one with me. If I do, we'll shine a light down there. All right, so we do have a little BB flashlight. I think we'll be able to see if it's worth coming back to anyway. Let's see what we got. All right, there's a little animal hole. Goes down in there, but this is nothing that we're going to come dig out right now. But it might be worth checking back here, a couple years from now, and it might be a giant cave down in there with waterfalls and little slots we can take kayaks in. But we'll have to check back later. Well, I think we have a round musket ball or a piece of case shot or a bullet. I'm not sure which yet. I'm gonna find out right now. Ready? It is. That is either a round musket ball. Let's clean it up a little. Or a case shot. Yeah, that's probably a case shot. If you look, it's got little nubbins on it. It's got a little bit of a seam right there and that big thing right there. Not very round, so it's probably what we call case, and this would have gone inside a cannonball. And when a cannonball exploded, these would come flying out like little pieces of shrapnel. That's probably what that is, but that's a good Civil War relic. This is kind of neat right here. I want to show you something. This is an old culvert for water drainage that goes over the old railroad. That's the railroad grade I showed you earlier up there. This was probably built in the 1880s. And that allowed the water from all those fields and stuff to come down through here and go under the tracks. Pretty cool, isn't it? Nice big old rocks. Probably full of serpents. Not this time of year. Oh, you know what though? They might be coming out now because it's probably at least in the mid-50s today, but I thought you'd appreciate that. I do. All right, just dug another fired bullet. This is probably, that could be Spencer or Sharps, I'm not sure which. But this bullet is definitely going to be Civil War era. Kind of really messed up. It hit something pretty close to where it was fired, so it had a lot of energy. Probably hit a tree or something, I'd reckon, but all right, that's good though. That's a bullet. All right, so Mike and I are done for the day. We're both tired.
I don't have my detecting lights yet.
I'm like, Mike, you can go back out digging, and if you do,
tired.
I'm gonna crawl up in my bed and take a nap.
Yeah, you probably wouldn't have cared if I stayed out a little longer.
That's right,
You
yeah.
could have slept in there.
I was ready for that.
He's all ready to go.
All right, let's take a look. You've seen pretty much everything here. A lot of junk. You've seen all of this. I'm not really going to go through it. And this is some of Mike's
Don't
finds.
tell him what I did to your piece.
Yeah, well, I'm going to tell him. Remember this? Mike was cleaning it and broke it a little bit, but that's okay. It was really fragile. You've seen some of this. Mike got a couple nice buttons. Really nice Enfield, which I think is going to be a cone base.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah, and I don't know if you saw that or not, but yeah, he did good too. All right, my man. Oh yeah, I'm gonna do the fish hook thing too.
Yeah.
Mike found this fish hook deep in the woods, and he was asking me, you know, why that would be. And usually, what happens is this: there's a river close by, and probably someone caught a fish, old catfish or something, and you know, had to hook it, and it got away. And then an eagle, bald eagle, which there are tons of them around here, or an osprey, probably caught that fish and flew up into one of these big trees in the woods. Maybe there's a nest there one time, and would eat it. And then, you know, the hook would be in the fish's mouth and it would just fall down to the ground and rot away. I've been in places that just like that, where there's underneath these big nests, and there'll be fishing lures all over on the ground beneath these nests. So I've actually seen that in real life. All right, Mike.
I learned something new there that I never heard that before. I was like, why did I find a fish hook up in the woods? Makes sense.
Yeah. All right, guys. We'll see you on the next one.
I'll take care.
I hope.
Your gold chain and your locket, Mother Earth has no sympathy. She'll take the ring from your hand and bury it in the sand and keep it for eternity. Mother Earth, she's got her secrets she's promised to keep, hidden in her dirt or deep in her creek. Mother Earth, she ain't safe